You may be probably wondering, what is the fandom community? Fandom community is a social platform or social media that has millions of users. Users can create their own content like images and medias, such as animations and fan arts and character and OCs. They always do collaborations and submissions, and they create content online with many people around here and hang around with friends together. And they also have a community group for everyone to share for many clubs. As I do want to expect this from my video, I always wanted to enter the community so badly. But then I struggled a lot to get inside the community, but it was all way too difficult to me to get in. So I tried my best to enter this community, but then I started to think that I'm never going back to this community. So I walked away, never to be seen again. After a while later, this is what my life came true. I'm finally able to go back to the community no matter what the choice is. So this is the beginning of my story. Before I get started, I just wanted to say something that this video is a disclaimer, so do not go harass, attack, hurt somebody, or bully people, or defending, or emphasizing. So I suggest to not harass the creators or animators, or try to leave him or her alone, or try and go and attack someone else, and many things that does happen, mentioning in this video. We don't really care if you're watching someone else's videos on their channel, because that would be really ridiculous. So without further ado, let's get started right into the video. To get things better, we're going to be discussing about arts and animations, collaboration submissions, and sharing online. I had dealt with this animation that I'm going to be creating of the animation was, I was just going to say that I wanted to make my own animation, and I always wanted to do my artwork by myself. And for all of that I'm the artistics that I'm just going to be making for is the 2D models. I always wanted to make a canvas size of the art and always wanted to make sure that everything seems to be positive and a correct change. I always wanted to do it digitally to make brushes and make drawings and make sketches. And a lot of people in the fandom community always have the right thing that we can decide. I always wanted to make sure that if I can create my own collaborations and submissions and share it online with people like Twitter, Blue Sky, and Tumblr and all of these social media platforms, I always do get the right thing to say that everyone should know that they're the best. We can tell you that every cool things of all stuff around here is full after a lot of medias. All submissions and fan arts and other collaborations for sharing is just what it used to be called open collabs. We thought to ourselves about everything that artworks are made up with stories with sharing things, content artworks and content animations that is proper use for other things like what is used to be called as nudity and explicit content, NSFW content, and other things that I really want to suggest for. Not only that I wanted to create for was, I just want to do some artistics of 3D designs and beautiful smooth brushing tools and using other paint kits. We always do our best to do some collaborations for animations that animations can be used for sharing other things. I wanted to say, please let people share online and make everything good, because I wanted to do more videos and animations all together as I can. So now that we're going to be discussing again is how it didn't go as planned for my friends and online group clubs. Now to be fair, I just want to give you the reasons of how I didn't let my people join and why I didn't invite to my community group. So the reasons why I didn't have time to join the community was because I would knew if I would get back to my community group instead, my friends wouldn't believe me if they just try and knew what was going on. And when I had to know about everything about the community, I wouldn't just accept that to let my friends join. But when people thought that they knew that, I would just like everything doesn't seem to be going around. The fans wouldn't just turn up and just walk away instead. But then he wasn't able to come back until they knew about their lesson. I stood up being alone and then I stuck here forever. I couldn't get in here to let my friends wait, but after they knew it, there was nothing here anymore. All I saw was the dark voids. There was not many people around here, and there's not enough fans around here. So I can see is that many people didn't believe me and how they can just didn't like me being watched as being as a channel. We couldn't tell that I'm inside the community because I wasn't here all alone. I was sat here feeling a bit lonely, so I would just say to wait patiently. But everything I knew what I was gonna do to wait for people to just join in and join me back, they will just have to wait for people after when I just posted my content and waited for like an hour later. They will like to me on my post and see me that they like my fan art content. But just minutes later, something didn't go as planned as well. It was stood up nothing. Posting didn't do anything to like my posts or my criticisms, or to show in my comment section. They didn't reblog, they didn't repost or anything. All I can do is be alone again. And how I feel sad, left out, and never let fans to show up. Until we do the right things that the problem has solved, they will see me on my popular TikTok video that shows us over 100 views and 1,000 views. So I'm able to return this community right away. What I knew about this community is something is not quite right, and this is straight up beyond weird. This community is toxic, and I would say it is not a very good fandom place. Every fandom has lots of criticisms and severe backlash. There's lots of bullying in the comment section, and there's lots of bullying people everywhere, like telling them to stop and it wouldn't just stop, but then all the time they were straight up trolling people. Yeah, I do get afraid of trolling videos that I don't want to watch, but I would just get away from it. Just to remind us that every people is just go on harassment, bullying, trying to leave him or her alone, or just go to someone and attack people online and hurt somebody online, emphasizing the creators and animators, defending users that can't take it seriously, and many more. And what's worse about that is doxing. Doxing is a serious crime and could lead us to prison or jail for a sentencing time against cybercrime. You shouldn't give us this review of people's address, real name, or any passwords and usernames, or any phone number. That is straight up completely illegal. We only do that to protect our privacy. So that's what we can do to save the community and not straight up weird. I only do say it is sad to say that I should not just go out to be back on this community. Like, people only do get the weird thing to say you shouldn't just trace your art, you shouldn't just steal your art, and you shouldn't give someone else's art without permission or give them to give credit to. Crediting without permission is just not good, and that is considering as stealing. This will get them to emphasize the creators or give them attention to everyone, and that will make us believe, that will make us feel bad for him or her. So I don't think that's not a very good idea to say you shouldn't just troll people or anything harass in the bullying comments. It's you of us that all of them wanted to protect everything, but nothing of all of the communities is protected. We will not have the liabilities to force our ways into ourselves by harassment to give social medias the uncomfortable way and not just tolerate everyone. That will make it even more worse, and that will feel bad for the creators and animators. Everything is way too sensitive topic, and that could only make it worse. So I advise you to stop doing it what you want and get used to it. This is what community is for. As I wanted to know anything about this, I just like to do my own fan arts, characters, style arts, illustrations, digital fan arts, and OCs. People do their own collaborations to submit their work and putting it into a sharing content online. Everyone submits their work when they're done and always anticipates by working on them. Many people around here for collaborating and submitting their work can be a bit fun, but as I was trying to know about that, I wouldn't give it a try collaborating these arts to other people. Now, to be fair, I was just gonna try and say that I wouldn't allow to give commissions to everyone because that would be a scam. And I was worried myself that I wouldn't able to get scammed by other people, by the commissions. And I decided to get away from it because I just really want my own collaborations and submissions to other people by creating their own fan arts. But it was way too difficult for me. I could have given it a try by my experience from my own artworks, characters, collaborations, OCs, sharing content with their artwork submitted, and other things for many more stuffs. I would not blame the creators and artists around here, because that would be a bad thing to happen. So I will say I will not get attacked, harassed, bully people, or trying to defend the creators and the artists. I mostly felt concerned about the social media, because what would I do is leave the haters alone and start preparing ourselves themselves. That's how safety works. We do the same thing by creating their own fan arts to a lot of people in the community, that there are many fandoms around here that they can also do so. So we should just try and not confess people to creators who is still on working on it. So we will get to this in a minute. I just want to say that I really want to get into the commissions, but my concern was, how have those scammers got to do with it whenever they scammed people? Well, usually we don't. I've decided to avoid these scammers because when I try to feel like when I'm getting scammed, I have to click away. But some of them, what I have to do is, I have to get paid. Those prices are more cheap and expensive. I do want to buy anything about buying online stuffs, purchasing things, pay and accept for debit card, use as my verification code, and many more. I do have the thing to say that I want to get paid so badly. I wouldn't let myself go when I wanted to get paid for. I always wanted to get premium, which is the high expensive price, get my subscriptions, using dollars as an online, wanting us to get us on the shopping online, and other things I really want to do. I don't understand what I'm gonna do to get paid. It really doesn't matter how I use it or how I waste my money, but that's okay, I will be very careful. To go on to the next part before this one, I want to talk about degenerate users. Degenerate users are claimed to be as haters, like slandering, criticizing someone, feeding trolls, bullying for fun for someone else, targeting as harassment, and many more things that are bad enough. We will do absolutely nothing to ignore them. People will get to know that in the fandom community that I'm not crazy. So just to be in mind, everything is not going to make it to the end. So that's what I actually told you so. When I'm getting ready into it, I'm just not gonna fall for that. Instead, I will enter this community no matter what the choice is. I have not pressed the add button, I just wanted to make friends and I want to see someone else online. But now, as a YouTuber by myself and as a small subscriber, I have no intention of not getting any views. I have a low subscriber and fans thinks they didn't have an accurate thumbnail. Someone would think, why would someone make a commentary? As usual, I want to give us a whole full message to everyone. So let me explain to you everything about getting ready to prepare my animations and other stuffs, and getting ready for my community and the fandom. So here goes my discussion. I would like to appreciate about my video editing software, animation, artist, game developer engine, and hobby careers. I just wanted to make my own artistic styles about characters, OCs, collaboration together, sharing art and submissions. Give people them a good viewing experience, and more importantly, my different workspace here. I have recently haven't been setting up my debit card or bank account yet. I wasn't able to pay it online since I found it difficult to pay it I want. I would want to double check about my drawings, animations, or anything on software computers. But it was not easy to get paid once it got too expensive. I had to know everything about fan arts and other collaboration drawing stuff. Like how, remember last time when I tried to meet someone online with friends and other community members online? I was not feeling happy anymore. I just like to hang out with my friends. I just like to see my community online fans. I just like my own collaboration sharing artwork stuff together. And I just like my new community. I think it's hard to say that I should just join on Discord server, but I was feeling worried that it might happen like last time for what Daddy told me not to. I don't want to do nothing instead without working on my hobby career or my own work spot corner. I feel guilty about why I caused so much stress in the first place. I have nothing to work, nothing to animate, nothing to pay online, nothing to do anything on my large second monitored screen, but a different home instead. Not flatting or apartment. I just don't believe that I'm not gonna survive this family. I am an adult and that's what I wanted for. All I do is post it on social media, which I would never do the same thing over and over again. I would never cause trouble, harm, or hurt somebody be in this community. I could have been more careful if I was the one to do it to make somebody good. I would have got any plans to find new pathways about collabs, sharing, giving to people, submitting artworks, animation, games, and editing videos if I can. Just as I go to university and start a new future for my plans, this will help me solve this problem and my issue, so that I don't have to feel bad or upset anymore. I will keep an eye out about the new job and the fan community. So this is gonna be my wrap up for this video. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a new video, and comment below what you think. So you can always suggest my videos, art collaborations, submissions to their work, and many more. See you guys in the next video. Peace.